because I want to save some time for David to talk a little bit about his book, because
Sure.
the reason I want him on here was because we went through last year. I read this book, I guess, a year and a half ago or whatever, and implemented this, tried to implement it in all of our business streams. We did one successfully, at least.
Nice.
And I'm looking at the review. We just, a couple days ago, did our review, and that business that we kept to the profit first model religiously. We made sure every deposit, this was an easier business to do it in, just easy in, easy out. That is the one that hit the numbers. That is the one that provided profit, owner's pay, and tax savings.
Nice.
Covered all the expenses, everything. That is the one business line out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that we did that made it, right?
Yeah.
So there's your testimony right there, David, that we talked about it. I've laid out the plan. I think you have this sheet for free online, right?
I think so. There's several different ways. If you go through the book, there's a link in the book, I believe, and that's where that one is. So in the book, it gives this spreadsheet link, and so we filled it out. And basically, I'm going to let you kind of talk more about it. Yeah, for sure.
That's the testimony of profit first in real estate works if you work the system. So tell me what that is in your words.
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about it.
So I'm going to be quick here because I know that we don't have much time. But profit first, when you boil it down, is that the problem that 90% plus of business owners have is that they do deals, they make sales, but feel broke. They feel like, hey, I'm making money. Where the heck is it all going? And Profit First really solves those problems of being able to know where every single dollar is going in your business. And it's a simple system built for the entrepreneur and not for your numbers people. The numbers people will be okay with it and they'll like it, but it's built for you to be able to put more money in your pocket, to be able to say this business is worth it in January just as much as December at the end of the year, because I'm going to be able to take money out throughout the whole year and be a profitable business owner. Profit First is also the concept from Rich Dad Poor Dad. When Rich Dad Poor Dad says, Robert Kiyosaki says, pay yourself first, or the richest man in Babylon, a portion of all I have is mine to keep. Profit First puts a system behind those words. That's really what Profit First is. It's a system for the money, for the cash in your business, so that way you have more of it at every single week, day, month, year, making sure that profit is a priority. Because the business's purpose is to make a profit. There is nothing wrong or dirty about that. Your purpose might be different. It might be to build orphanages, or it might be to travel the world with your family, or the new car, whatever it might be for you. Your purpose might be different than just to make money. But the purpose of the business is to be profitable, unless you're running a nonprofit. But even then, you want to have enough to be able to give and get the charities in and make sure you're still doing that. But a lot of for-profit companies and real estate investors become accidental nonprofits because they are literally spending everything that they're making above and beyond what they're making. So that's where I just saw a huge need that a lot of people, even though they have a bookkeeper, they have a CPA, because we get this all the time, like, aren't you just a bookkeeper or CPA? And it's like, no. The service that we provide, we're fractional CFOs, so part-time chief financial officers, a financial leader on the team to make sure you know, where is my money coming in from? Where's it going out to? And am I keeping any of it? Do I know what I'm making, spending, and keeping, and then affecting those numbers to make sure that I can continue to grow how I want to grow and be profitable? That's what Profit First is about. It's also the practical system is the envelope system, like Dave Ramsey talks about. So whether you love him or hate him, he has good principles, and I love the principle of giving every dollar a name. And so what you do instead of these envelopes, you set up different bank accounts and to call them different things. I go in depth into the book of what the accounts to open up and what they're called. But basically, you want accounts that are there that you open up. The ones that I'll tell you on this call, with the short amount of time we have, is profit, owner's comp, and owner's tax. Profit, which is icing on the cake, making sure your business is actually cash profitable with cash in an account that's above and beyond paying all your other expenses. Owner's comp is different. That's the actual money you pay yourself consistently, like on a weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly basis for the work you do in the business, making sure you're paid and that you can get out of your own rat race. And then the owner's taxes, making sure tax time is going to be April 15th every single year, or when, like if with your extensions, it might be September, October for you, Mr. or Miss Business Owner. So making sure when the taxes are due, you have tax money there to pay them if you owe taxes. So that's where those 3 accounts, just setting those up apart from your OPEX and your operational expenses, helps you to focus more on, do I actually have profit in my business? Can I actually pay myself? Can I actually have enough money for taxes so tax time isn't a stressful time for me? This is the one huge headache I have every year, or whatever you might be thinking when it comes tax time. And that's where setting those things up. We've had so many people go through this system now, over I think 300 businesses that we've worked with one-on-one to set up this system to make sure that they actually have profit. And we had one guy last year, he texted me, he filled up his profit first accounts by June. So he had been on the system for 2 years, and with his 2 different businesses, rentals and fix and flips, he filled up all his profit first accounts, the profit, owner's comp, owner's tax, and OPEX for the rest of the year by June. And that's meaning he didn't have to do any more deals. So it's like, this is just a way to make sure that if you're going to do your first deal, how do I manage the money from the first deal? Where do I put the dollars? That's the number one question we get from newer people in real estate is, I just closed my first $20,000 deal. Where do I put the cash? Because you might make in one deal what you made for the last 12 months. Let's say your first is a home run, $50,000 fix and flip or whatever, and it only took you 2.5 months, and you're like, holy crud, I have a $50,000 check here. This is like how much I made in the last year. You could have that same power, and a lot of people do not know how to go from 12 months of 50,000 to one check of 50,000 and what to do with it, and to make sure that they can create a business from that. So that's the mindset we're trying to give people, and that's what we're trying to transform business owners from just real estate investors and just, the wholesale deal and the grind and the hustle to business owners, thinking the mindset of, not only do I need to do the deal, I need to be very vigilant with my cash, so that way no matter what the market does, we will be okay, and I'm going to be able to grow. I'm going to be able to be profitable, and I'm going to be able to take care of opportunities and take advantage of them when other people might not. So if I had to boil down profit first, it's a system for your cash. You set up bank accounts, and then you become a better manager of your money and a better steward of it, so you would keep more money at the end of the day.